What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It's the NBA Fanatic Johnny P bringing you another video, and today we're talking about contenders for the finals. Now, I just did a video on the Miami Heat, and I was saying that they are a threat. And in the comments section, I bet no one has this name says to me that, yeah, they might be a threat, but who do you think is actually going to contend? So, my friend, this is for you, because these are the teams. I wrote down a small list of teams who I legitimately feel could make the finals this season. Now, obviously, I divided this between East and West. I'm going to start with the East because that's the easy one to do, and then go to the West. So these aren't teams who I think are going to be strong. These are teams who I could legitimately see playing in the finals this upcoming season. First off, I got to start with my boys, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know they're going to be there. You know they're going to be probably the #1 seed. And let's be honest, a healthy LeBron, which is almost a guarantee. That man is always healthy, knock on wood. A healthy Kyrie and a healthy Kevin Love. Regardless of when they come back. Kevin Love, I think, said he might be back in a month or two. Whatever, doesn't matter. The fact is that if we have a healthy team, we will be the #1 seed. I think it's just as plain and simple as that. This last season was a great run at the finals. We had a great series. Whatever, we lost. But this upcoming season, they're going to be lights out. Period, okay? And the only other team I'm picking from the East, because there are other really strong teams. Atlanta's going to be strong. Washington's going to be strong. Toronto, whatever. But I just don't, they're not going to compete for the finals. The only other team I legitimately have a shot to win the East is Miami. Now, most of my reasons I explained in the last video. So if you haven't checked it out, after this video, go see what I had to say about the Heat. But I wrote down a few things here. They have the star power. One of the big things that Atlanta is lacking is just stars. I mean, superstars, right? Miami has superstars. They have experience. They've been to the finals these last few seasons. So Eric Spoelstra, the coach, knows what to expect. Pat Riley, you know he's going to be just involved in the team. They're going to be good. And here's another thing too. LeBron is real thirsty for a win in Cleveland. He wants to bring a title to a city that's never experienced that. But Miami and Pat Riley, I'm telling you, they are just as thirsty to get a win over LeBron as LeBron is to get that win. I'm telling you right now, they are going to go hard this season. They are going to make a huge jump because they missed the playoffs this year. But remember, health was an issue, and they have some new contracts, which I explained about, and they're going to be good. They're just as motivated. And I'll be honest with you, I have no honorable mentions for the East because I just don't feel that we're that strong right now. So Cleveland, and I know it's crazy sounding, but I'm telling you, I really feel that Miami is going to make a run. There's going to be other good teams, but I just don't see it. I think, now Chicago, I almost put them as an honorable mention, but I just feel they're just lacking something. And plus they have a first-year coach coming up, right? So we don't know how that's going to work out. We're great for Golden State, but with that being said, I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? So in the West, I wrote down first team I'm thinking about, not necessarily seed-wise, but the first team that came to mind is San Antonio. Signing LaMarcus Aldridge was huge. I wrote that it's like kind of like it's a breath of fresh air because there's a lot of old legs on that team, right? But it's also just the changing of the guard. LaMarcus and Kawhi can just take it and let it be their team, but you're not losing Timmy Duncan just yet. He's still hanging around. You still have your main pieces, but you also added your future main pieces, you know? So that's going to be a strong, strong team. They were strong last season, and they only got stronger. So definitely a team to look out for. Now, this next team potentially could be not only the biggest jump in the West, but a potential #1 seed. And I see them coming hot. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized they are going to be on fire this season. And I have Oklahoma City. They're going to be healthy this season. They're going to be healthy, and that's their biggest concern because, you know, either Westbrook is out or Kevin Durant is out. I really think this season they're going to bring it back together. Now, we saw them make the finals a few seasons back when they played Miami, and they got blown out. But I think that was almost kind of like an experiment type year. They have a few more years and a few more seasons under their belt. I think they realize at this point that it's going to take a lot of work to get back to those finals. And I really think that they're experienced enough to be able to do that. My question is, are we going to see an MVP season from either Russell Westbrook or Kevin Durant. I could honestly see Kevin Durant winning MVP this year if he is healthy. It all comes down to his injury and his foot fracture, and we'll see how that plays out. But I really think that they're going to make a great run. I also have written down the Golden State Warriors. I wasn't sure about this. I almost put them in as an honorable mention. But the reason I put them in as another team to contend is not only are they defending their championship, but they've proven themselves that they can win that. Now, when they played Cleveland, Cleveland was pretty busted up and injured. There's a ton of injuries then, but hey, Golden State won, right? But they still had to make it there, and they looked strong in the playoffs. And they proved that they didn't necessarily just live and die by the three. They had high energy, and they really proved with their first-year coach, Steve Kerr, that they can win. And I think that their confidence is an all-time high. And for a shooter like Steph Curry with high confidence, you got to look out for that. So I have them as like actual team that can make it to the finals. So you have Golden State, San Antonio, and Oklahoma City in the West. In the East, you have Cleveland and Miami. Now, honorable mentions in the West, I had two teams. I put down Houston because they have the talent. They have the talent to get there, but I just can't see them pulling out a 7-game series against any of the teams that I just listed. I just don't see that happening. So even though they are extremely strong, they're just not ready yet. I feel like they're missing like one more thing and they'll be there. And I also put the Clippers down because the sad truth is that despite having arguably the most talent collected on that team in the entire league, they just can't win. I mean, even with Doc Rivers as a head coach, and you have these superstar players, they just can't find a way to continue on in the playoffs and just make it to the finals. They always find a way to lose. And I have that even with a 3-1 series lead for them, doesn't mean anything. Just ask James Harden. I mean, this team, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. So with that being said, I wanted to bring that to you. Those are the 5 teams who I truly feel could make the playoffs. The one that's kind of on the bubble is Miami, but I really feel that just motivation alone from this last season, seeing that LeBron left and did really well and that they were unhealthy, I see them getting back to a point where they are just ready to rock and roll. So, like I said, they were on the bubble, but those are strong 5 teams who I personally feel could actually not only are a threat, but could actually contend for the finals this upcoming season. Thank you for tuning in. It's been great having you. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.